Hello again and welcome back. I wanted to make a video of a common problem that I am asked to fix. Getting your sink clogged up can be very stressful, but it only takes a few minutes to go through the necessary steps to clean out the pipes and get the water flowing steadily again. Today we will be disassembling the sink and disposal plumbing so that we can properly clean it and remove any debris we might find. First, we are going to visually inspect the disposal. Sometimes running the disposal a few times will help free up the drain, but if that doesn't work, take a look inside and make sure there are no kitchen utensils or items that could potentially block the flow of water. Next, we are going to focus on the plumbing underneath the sink. This is a typical setup for a sink with a disposal attached. The first thing we are going to remove is the P-trap. The P-trap is a series of PVC connections designed to keep bad sewer odors from surfacing through your plumbing. However, sometimes waste will have trouble leaving through the plumbing, and often a place where that waste accumulates is the P-trap. I also want to point out that all these connections should be hand tightened. You shouldn't need a tool to remove or replace any of these. But if you have a light grip, a set of pliers and wrenches may come in handy for this job. If you encounter an overly tightened connection, inspect the threads and gasket to make sure it's okay. I removed my P-trap and I noticed that it was mostly clean. This means the problem is either further down the line or back at the disposal. So I'm going to continue to disassemble the rest. Next, I will remove the connections between the sink drain and disposal. Try not to move the clear plastic gaskets between each connection, as this will help you remember how far in they go when assembling together again. I found a piece of plastic wrapper. This wouldn't be something that would clog the line, but it could still restrict the flow of water. Make sure to remove any plastic or debris you find. And finally, I will remove the last connection leading to the drain on the wall. This is another area where I will usually find debris clogging the system. So make sure you don't skip over this. All my connections seem to be clean, and I could not find something large enough that could cause a clog. There is one more thing I will try to do to free up the line, but first I'm going to take these parts outside to rinse them off. To clean the connections, you could simply use water and shake them up in the bucket, but I'm going to brush off the threads and the gaskets to make sure I have a good fitting connection. Before I assemble the connections again, there is one tool I want to show you that could potentially help you if you're having issues like me but could not find the problem in any of the fixtures. I purchased this tool at Home Depot, but I'm sure other hardware stores will have something similar to this. What this tool does is that it will help you flush out your drains. You do this by attaching a garden hose to the tool. You then insert it into the drain or the connection leading to the drain and turn on the water. The tool will expand, creating a seal around itself while pushing water through the line and hopefully unclogging it. Just be careful and make sure you insert this all the way, or the tool will continue to expand until it bursts. I am back now under the sink getting ready to use the tool, and I have attached this shut-off valve to the end of my hose to make it easy to control by myself. Otherwise, it helps to have someone open the water for you while you focus on properly inserting the tool. I will slowly open the water and I can see the tool expanding and sealing off the connection. I have the water open about 3/4 of the way, as I don't want to introduce a lot of pressure into the system. I have actually used these in older homes, and I have opened the water all the way, and I could see junk flying through the roof where the breather pipes run to, so it can be quite strong if you want to try and unclog something bad. With all that done, I'm going to start assembling everything back together. One thing you want to make sure of is that these plastic gaskets are free from debris. Do not try to assemble your connections if they are full of calcium or other matter, as it could possibly keep it from making a good seal and causing a leak. I am applying a small bead of silicone on the rim of my sink drain because one of my connections is missing an important gasket that meets up with this rim. When I purchased this home, I actually had a small leak here, and it turned out there was no gasket. The silicone will create that seal between the rim of the drain and the connection. One trick you can do when assembling everything together is to leave all the connections loose so that you can turn and move them as needed. Once everything has been put into place, you can tighten every single one. All the fittings should easily thread into each other. Pay careful attention when placing the P-trap back in, as the plastic nut that comes from the drain tends to thread slightly sideways. Lower the P-trap down, bring the nut down to the rim, and then bring up the P-trap so that the nut can evenly thread into the P-trap. Make sure everything is nice and tight. Open the water and let it run for a few seconds. Use a flashlight to see if there are any water drops coming from the fixtures. You can run your hand and fingers below the connections to see if they are dry. Thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope this has been useful to some people. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below.